I was as I was reading about this week's Raw, and I was looking at the ratings. I often have to remind myself to look at those numbers in like '99. So like let's look at this. Let's look at this year. Can we bring up a graphic? I have some numbers of this year's ratings. It's if you're watching us, it's on the right side there. And so last night's broadcast, right, was the just 0.54 a week ago coming out of SummerSlam. It was 0.61, a little higher. And going into SummerSlam on 7/25, that was 0.50, half a point. Going back a week before that, 0.46, almost half a point. On the left side of the screen, I have the fucking Raw and Nitros from 1999, and those are full fours, fives, sixes, 6.5, 6.3. Just for, and I'm not the first person to point this out, obviously, but just for a younger fan who maybe doesn't, when people talk about like boom periods in the business and hey, they watch now and they follow the ratings, maybe they're into the business aspect, they read Meltzer's letter, website, just to get people's heads around what kind of fucking business was done in '99. It's remarkable.
Yeah, there's tens, like you look at, it's hard for me to read that, 14th of March. Is that a, that's
March 14th is a 6.46, a 10 share, but the
Yeah.
ratings points are a 6.46,
yeah.
which is a 10 share of the audience. I mean, going even back further in the 80s to like Saturday night's main event when they would go up like against in place of Saturday Night Live, they pull 10s.
Mm-hmm.
So it's I guess of course there's more competition for attention now. Entertainment has just become
And the cable
more
rating back then,
diversified.
a cable one was, I think, $6.99 back then. Like a cable one was 699,000 homes
Versus a broadcast, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So
I was just I go back and I look at that, and I'm looking at how the ratings are doing now and comparing and looking. Okay, a 0.5 last week, a 0.61 this week, and you forget they were 7.2s, not too long ago. If you're my age, not too long ago. If you're 20, it's a lifetime. But
I think that was one of the things that where Monday Night Football was just like, what the fuck, Like this wrestling thing isn't going away.
Oh yeah, when it started cutting in back then. Oh yeah, because you look at like 1985 or whatever, fucking Monday Night Football was doing like a 20.
Yep.
Ridiculous. But then when in the 90s with wrestling, they were still doing good numbers. It was in the teens. It was in the low teens, 12, 13, 14, but wasn't like before that.
I always thought it was the loss of Don Meredith.
Don Meredith?
Yeah, that was the finger poke of doom for Monday Night Football.
Not when they told Howard that he couldn't call, Art Monk a look at that little monkey run.
No, that was Jimmy the Greek.
No, Jimmy the Greek did the extra bone in the leg gimmick. At the bar, they came up to him and they asked for, if anyone doesn't know, there was a commentator, prognosticator, Jimmy the Greek, who gave the odds for those that liked to lay a little money on football. And so someone came up to him at a bar and asked him why he thought the African-American athlete was superior, clearly baiting a very intoxicated Jimmy the Greek, who went on to explain into a microphone that black people were born with an extra bone in their legs. This isn't me. You look it up. And that was the end of Jimmy the Greek shortly thereafter.
God.